guys, it's Kevin again, and in this room we're going through the Blacklist Season 1, Episode 10, Anslo, Garrick, Part 2. Last week's episode I really enjoyed. I thought it was a really intense episode, but because this was the mid-season finale, I expected this to be a really great episode. I think I set my hopes way too high for this episode because I was disappointed with this episode. Why was I so disappointed? We got 0 answers. If anything, we have more questions now, and that is, I mean, I knew we were going to get more questions. I knew that was going to happen, but I thought we would get some type of clue or something, and we didn't really get anything except stuff we already knew. They're not really telling us anything we don't already know, which is kind of stupid in my opinion. Especially because it was a mid-season finale, I thought something really big would happen, and I really thought that Anslo Garrick we're going to get to see the reason why, that Red is actually, Red is Liz's father, and that he had to put her up for adoption because Anslo Garrick came after Liz and somebody, and everything. I thought my theory was going to be the one that they were going to have, but that's not what happened at all, and I was quite disappointed because I think that would have been a really cool thing to do, but it's not yet. They're not doing that yet, apparently. Let's just get to the episode. Basically, we start moments before that gunshot went off, and the FBI technician manages to get the jammers deactivated. He also kills one of Garrick's men. The gunshot that we heard, we thought was Demi's death, but it was actually just one of Anslo Garrick's men, which I was upset about. I thought they were going to kill off a big character here like Ressler, and that is not what they did at all. I really would have wanted them to kill off Ressler, because I think if they killed off Ressler, it would have been Ressler's not a huge character, so by killing him off, it would be a big thing for them, but also, he's not a huge character, so I think it would have been a good thing to kill somebody off, but they didn't do that. But basically, Arum and Liz are quickly caught, and Garrick puts Liz on her knees to execute her. Her phone rings, Garrick picks it up, and it's Tom. Now, this scene was pretty awesome. I love the way this scene went. Tom's calling, Garrick picks up the phone, and literally says, "Hey, it's Anslo Garrick. Yeah, I'm about to kill your wife." That scene was pretty awesome, the way that worked, because he's pretty alarmed, and now, the theory is kind of that Tom was helping Garrick seem unfounded at this point. But Liz yells at him to contact the FBI, but Anslo Garrick hangs up because Tom's just, into shock right now. He doesn't know what he's going to do, and, that happened. But then we go but now Red is still in that box. He puts a gun to Ressler's head and says that if Liz is killed, Ressler is worthless to Red. Now, I just thought here Red was just going to kill him. I really would have wanted to see that, but that's not what happened. Ressler tells Red that the code to open the box is Romeo, and Red tells Garrick, and the box is opened. Now, that was very quick when the box was opened. I was kind of like, you open the box now? They did a good job with not doing this last week, but they opened the box so quickly in this one. I was kind of like, okay, whatever. Then Garrick's wild bunch, they're drilling holes in concrete. Garrick's men, they lead Red away, and they bring Liz too. They could tell that Red cared about her, and the wild bunch blows a hole in the floor and leaves with Liz and Red, even as FBI agents storm the building and rescue everyone else. They put Red and Liz into a fake ambulance. We see Demby running after them as fast as he can, but he has no choice. In the ambulance, someone is trying to take locator chip out of Red's neck. Red gives Liz a cryptic message saying the Emissary Hotel, and Liz uses a defibrillator to get some of Garrick's men, but she is thrown from the ambulance. She pursues in a car, but gets lost when Garrick gets the chip out of Red and uses it to lead Liz in a wild goose chase. Red and Garrick are gone. Just so you know, guys, this was not where the episode was getting bad. The episode was not really bad here. It got really I wasn't satisfied with it. It wasn't here, though, that I wasn't satisfied with it. I was actually really enjoying it here. It was really intense, and I thought it was going to be really, really good. Red's taken to an empty warehouse. His hands are bound, and he's chained to the ceiling. Now, this is where Red stays for most of the episode. This was awesome to see. It was finally cool to see that someone has defeated Red. Red has been defeated, and all this time, all this season, Red has won. It was definitely cool to see him, not win and be tied up for this episode. I thought that was really cool. But at the FBI black site, Senior Diane Fowler is on the scene. She reluctantly signed off on Red's immunity deal at the start of the series. She's furious he has been lost and can tell there must be a mole in the FBI. And she tells what's his name? Chief Cooper to disband the operation, and as far as she is concerned, Red is now again a missing fugitive. So Liz approaches Arum and asks for his help. She wants security camera footage from the building from the hour before the attack began. She tells Arum to keep it quiet because anyone could be the mole, and Liz then calls the Embassy Hotel and is told that Mr. Kaplan is unavailable at the moment, and he will then call her back. She still has no idea who Kaplan is. Garrick is then questioning Red. He wants to know why Red was willing to trade his life for Liz, and Red isn't talking about that, though. He and Garrick discuss their past a bit, and it ends with Garrick punching Red in the gut. Now, this is where the episode started pissing me off. I'm like, come on, give me an answer here. Because I really thought that my theory that I had is what he was going to tell me. I thought he was going to say, look, you tried to kill her, so I had to put her up for adoption. That's pretty much what I had to do. Because, why else would he be after Red? Why would he want Liz in danger as well? It all seemed to link together that way, if that's what the whole thing was. And that's not what happened at all. We didn't really get the explanation as to, we didn't get that answer. And I was very upset that they did not give us an answer to that, because I really would have wanted an answer to that, and I didn't get one. So that kind of let me down. So Liz goes home, and and Tom is glad that she is safe. He urges her to give all this dangerous stuff up. Just then, Liz gets a text from Mr. Kaplan asking her to call. Before she can respond, Arum calls her. He has found cell phone evidence of the mole. He can't tell who the mole is, but he can tell that the mole has called a specific house in D.C. every time Red arrived at the faculty. The house is the one right across the street from Liz's home, where the man with the apple has been spying on Liz and Tom. And it's pretty interesting with that. So I did not see that one coming. And Garrick has been beating on Red. He says he wants to kill Red, but someone else has paid him to extract information from Red instead. And Liz breaks in the house across the street, but it has no furniture inside. She goes upstairs and finds the room with the surveillance cameras, all showing the rooms in her house. An apple is sitting there. Just then, a man comes up behind her with a gun. Now, this I really like. This was pretty awesome. Liz hears him and ends up shooting him. She kills the man with the apple. The man with the apple, she finally saw that man with the apple, and she kills the man with the apple. So she finally figured out about the surveillance and everything, and I thought that was really awesome. That was something that I was very happy about. That they did reveal that, they basically found out that someone was watching them under surveillance. And did I expect her to kill the guy? No, I didn't expect that, but I thought it was pretty badass of her. So I enjoyed that. And it turns out that Mr. Kaplan is actually an old woman. She comes to the house that was watching Liz, and she begins cleaning up the crime scene. And Liz protests, but Kaplan says she is here to protect Liz and find Red. She hands Liz keys from the dead man's pocket and says, find his car. Garrick is still torturing Red, but Red isn't talking. The doctor helping Garrick can't explain how Red could be resisting the drugs designed to make him feel even more pain. And Red shivers. Liz is searching the dead man's car. She's got a series of addresses from his GPS. She and Kaplan figure out one of the addresses is to a remote part of the town at that location. A team of Red's mercenaries storm the building as Demi, Kaplan, and Liz watch. Red's men are good, taking out the men at the location. But it turns out Red is not here. And then Garrick says... and then at Red's location, a well-dressed man walks up and says, Garrick says he's ready for you, sir. The man steps out of the shadows and says, hello, Red. He says, it's been, 20 years? And this new character is played by Alan Alda. And, he will be making multiple appearances, apparently, on this. So that was definitely very interesting. We'll get to see him as a character, Crowley, on the show. Liz has summoned the FBI to the building Red's man has stormed. It's a communication outpost of some sort. Chief Cooper tells Fowler about what they found, at the communications output, evidence of a long-term surveillance operation on the FBI. It is high-tech surveillance, even better than what the FBI uses. The surveillance even includes videos of Fowler holding meetings, and she's pretty alarmed about this. She's pretty alarmed. And, so Alda begins talking to Red. He then, in secrets that the audience does not understand, he mentions some deal that was made with Red decades ago. All his people agreed not to kill Red. In exchange, Red would not reveal some huge secret that he had on them. Alda says everything changed the moment Red started working with the FBI. Red says he told the FBI nothing, and back at FBI headquarters, Liz had a conversation with Agent Malik, and they comment that anyone could be the mole except Ressler, and I honestly don't care who the mole is. I don't care. It creates more conflict, and I don't like this whole thing with the mole. I hope that's done. So Alda's done talking to Red. He wants Red dead, basically. Garrick approaches Red, taunts him about Liz. Garrick looks forward to torturing and killing him. Garrick gets close to Red, and, but Red moves quickly. He grabs Garrick. He sees this sharp object in him, and he puts it right into Garrick's neck, and it kills him. So Red, and this is why Red is such a badass, because he killed him just like that. It was pretty awesome to see that right there. So, Liz and Tom, they have this conversation. He's angry at all they have been forced to go through, including having someone watching their bedroom. He wants them to get away from all this permanently, which I don't think that's really what he wants. I think he's kind of like, oh shit, she's going to discover my secret. We got to get out of here. That's kind of what it seemed like to me. It seemed like he was upset because she's going to discover something and he doesn't want her to discover. That's what it seemed like to me. Liz is at home. She seems torn. She looks at the burned bunny from her childhood and the strange scar on her hand. Her phone rings. It's Reg. He tells her he is going away for a while, but if she ever needs him, he will be there to help. Now, this part just pissed me off right here. Liz starts talking about how much she loved her adopted father, and then she asks him the question everyone's been wondering, basically, and she says, are you my father? And he says, no. But then he basically says, but be careful of your husband, and he hangs up, and that's how the episode ends. I was like, what? No, that's not how you're ending this episode. I was very upset that they ended it this way because, we did not find out the real reason that, if he's lying. I think he's probably lying to her about this, but, I don't really know. But also, we didn't find out anything we don't already know. Nothing really that big was revealed in this episode besides the fact that they found out someone was watching them under surveillance. Although I did like the stuff with Tom. I do think that's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen here. Let me know what you guys saw this episode. For me, I was just kind of a little underwhelmed with it. It was a good episode. I was just kind of underwhelmed because we didn't find out a lot. Although I do like that we found out who was watching them under surveillance. And I thought it was a pretty intense hour, and that definitely paid off for it. But that's it for my review. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys thought of it. Do you think Red was lying or telling the truth? And also, do you think Tom wants to get away from it all because he's going, he doesn't want Liz to find something out? But that's it for my review. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Unfortunately, no new Blacklist till January 13th, but it's not going to kill me because there are other things on Mondays, so, yeah. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye.